Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, it's only the 19th of May and it's Scrawler Day already. If you're a regular viewer, you know how overexcited I get about these things. Shall we get inside and have a look? I'm way too busy to play with this. They've got far too much going on. I'm sitting in absolute chaos here. You can't see it. You can't see it on camera. It looks relatively calm and tidy. Believe me, that's calm and tidy compared to what you can't see. But I can't wait. I'm just going to have to quickly open this. Then I'm going to go and sit out in the sunshine and do a bit of sewing because it's lovely out there. Okay, so here it is. Let's get it open. I loved last month's. I didn't get on very well with the month before. The month before that I loved. So oh, exciting stuff, exciting stuff. Look at this. Oh, makes my eyes go funny. So, if for anyone that's watching that doesn't already know, ScrawlrBox is a monthly art subscription box. It's a box of mystery art supplies. They're curated so that they all work nicely together. And the idea is that everything you need, if you've got no other art supplies, everything you need to get started will be in this box. But if, like me, you've got probably too many art supplies already, it usually challenges you to try something different or a different combination of supplies that you might not have thought of otherwise. It's currently $18.95 a month. I think that's a really good value, and I think it's cheaper if you have a longer running subscription as well. If you would like to subscribe to ScrawlrBox either for yourself or as a gift for a friend, check out the link I will put in the description box below, because that'll get you £3 off the first box, and it'll get me £3 worth of Scrawler points as well. And don't forget, if you're already a subscriber, you can do that. You've got a link that you can, if you go into the Scrawler points bit, you can find a referral link that you can give to people as well. And when they send you an email saying please review your box, do it, because you get no matter what you say, you get 20 points for leaving a review. So it was worth doing all those things. And I've had some lovely things with my points. Okay, so these are the art supplies. I'm going to put them to one side for a bit, but have a surreptitious feel as I go. This is the Schoolazine, so this is number 93. We used to call it the month, but they're now using the numbering system. That's so gloriously busy and colourful, that cover, that you can barely see it. There we go. Number 93. So this is May 2023. Oh, look. This is quite exciting. It looks like some kind of stamping or something over the top of that, doesn't it? Or maybe stenciling. I'm so... Ooh, look. Will it show? Whoa, the goose pimples of excitement are out. And the mouth is watering because of colours. So I've got, my desk is so busy, I haven't... So you always get... You get the zine, which I'm not going to look at yet because I'm keeping myself in suspense about the supplies. There are still lots of different supplies this could be. You always get an art print by the featured artist, and the box will be put together inspired by the featured artist. So this is Francesca Franceschi, visual artist and designer born in Rome, now living in Amsterdam. Fabulous. Love that. Love that. Love the colours, love the style, love everything about that. So cool, even the paper pad cover is lovely. So we've got A5 mixed media paper. It's 250 GSM, so it's nice and sturdy, and being mixed media, it should take any amount of wet that I choose to sew at it. Oh, that's weird. I don't think it's meant to be that way. It's opening that way. Normally you open it up and... I wonder if is that a mistake, or is there some reason why it's meant to be like that? It's not one of those ones that's kind of glued all the way around. That doesn't matter, does it really? Anyway, unusual. Love the colours there. Those are so my colours, aren't they? I'm saying aren't they, as if you know. But if you watch my channel a lot, you will know. Okay, so should we get into the supplies now, and then we'll have a look at these quickly. This is the meat of the thing. Oh, lovely. Oh, I can see the challenge word already. Love that. Oh, I've had a pink. I know what these are. Ooh. Okay, so you always get a sticker, and usually it's part of the featured artwork, which you can see that is. The challenge, you always get a challenge, and this month it's Kaleidoscope. What do the colours mean to you? Taking inspiration from this month's featured artist, we encourage you to explore what emotions colours evoke for you. That's an interesting one. And how that might be expressed onto a page. Oh, very thought-provoking. Overlap, reflect and repeat to form your own harmonies and collision of magical colour. You always get a sweetie, which usually in some way reflects what's in the box. It'll be the colours, or one time it was even, we had a sherbet lemon when Kerry Lemon was the featured artist. Normally I really enjoy this sweetie, but I really can't stand bubblegum, so that's gone in the bin. That's the first time I've ever thrown a sweetie away. I don't really want to give it to the grandchildren either. So I'm still leaving myself in suspense here. So we've got a Copic multi-liner, pigment ink, water and Copic proof. Brilliant. It's always good to know. A 2B pencil, Faber-Castell. Lovely. 2B is one of my go-to all the time. I'll probably pick up a 2B before anything else. And then the best bit of all, sorry about the dogs barking again. Very, very noise sensitive, and constantly barking dogs, snoring, hammering, drilling, all sorts been going on this week. Doesn't help my state of mind at all. So these are the most exciting bit of the whole box. And those are my 3 favourite colours. Oh, I just love, yeah. So Ecoline, I've had Ecoline brush pens before. This is Duo Tip, primary set, concentrated transparent watercolour paint. dribbling. Right, let's get them out of the box and have a look. I love something like this that you can use in lots of different ways, you know, direct to the paper, or you can use them like paint. You know, put them on a palette and use them like paint with a brush. I know there's not a brush in the kit, but we've had lots of brushes in past kits. I've got lots of brushes. I'm not going to be squeamish about throwing in a brush to use for the challenge. Scrawler won't mind that. They don't mind you using the odd things like that. As long as, you know, as long as the main focus is these and the jumping off point is the supplies in the box, that's all that matters to me. The challenge is a kick-off point, really, you know. So how exciting is this? Let's make myself try these bits first. Oh, it's a nice fat one. Now, what is 1mm? It looks fatter than that. Oh, a lovely dense black bold line. Really, really nice. Love that. I'll try the pens over it in a minute to see what happens. 2B pencil. Well, it's, I was going to say 2B pencil is a 2B pencil. Not necessarily. They do vary. This is nice. Doesn't feel gritty at all. Lovely. I like when they're hexagonal so they don't keep rolling away. That's always good. So, most exciting bit of all. So these are dual point. So you've got this kind of bullet nib and a chisel nib. Is it? Yeah, bullet and a chisel. I've only had the Ecoline brush pens before, but I loved them. And normally I look in the zine before I do this bit to see if there's any ideas that they suggest you try. Well, let's just try the thicker end as well. Oh, look at that. It's just barking at nothing, and they don't even try and stop it. They just sit there, and I think they're deaf or something. They knew it was getting to us last week, because every time we went to sit outside, the dog would start barking and just wouldn't stop. And my husband fell out with him a little bit about it, but their answer this year is to get enough dogs. So there's 2 of them barking now. Oh, these just feel so beautiful on the paper. And can you see how, I think for once, I think my camera is, Tom and I have done a little bit of an adjustment to the colour to try and make it show colours in a more true way. And I think actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. Now I'm going to try going over that pen with a bit of this. I smudged it a little bit, but it might be because that's not fully dry yet. So yeah, I need to bear that in mind, that that's still streaking out. It's been there for a few minutes, so I'm not saying it's always going to do that, but I need to be mindful and make sure it's completely dry before I go over it with water. So it's not moving there. Interesting, so I'll do a bit more experimenting with that. My swatches are never very tidy or inspiring. I will also though try, hang on, just going to quickly just try my favourite thing to do with things like this, just to use them like a paint. Yeah, lovely. Oh look, even watered quite down, it's still, the colour's still vibrant. Love these, love, 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 love. So the ones that have been down for a while, yeah, they'll still move. So I should be able to mix and get some beautiful colours. So if I mixed this over the top of that, I've still got a bit of blue in there. Lovely, 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 lovely. Right up my alley. This is right up my alley, this box. Love it. I could also mix them on the tip, probably. That's stained the tip there, but it's not coming off on the paper. So can I layer this over and get a green? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, so I've got a purple there, I've got a green going on, I've got an orange going on, and I can do more and more mixing, and you can see where all the layers are there. They've mixed just by being layered over the top of one another. It's created all these different colours because they're transparent. Beautiful. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this one. I really am. Lovely. Shall we have a look at the zine now? And then I'm going to have to drag myself away. I can't sit here in my craft room with the curtains drawn all day and not go and enjoy some sunshine, can I? Dinner's all ready to go in the oven, so I can sit outside and have a little G&T with my hubby. Take a bit of sewing with me. Right, okay, so Schoolazine number 93. So on the back of, if you want more details, prices and you know, technical stuff, it's all on the back of there, but I can barely read that and don't normally bother, to be honest, unless I'm confused about something. I think this bit kind of tells me usually as much as I need to know. Duo tip, ideal for colour blocking and line work and smaller details, yeah, because you can get quite small lines with the bullet point. Capable Copic liner, mixed media paper, sticker. Let's see, where I would look is if I wasn't sure if these were water-based or not, I would look on there and it would tell me everything I need to know, but I'm not going to bother going through that now. Here's a featured artist. She looks lovely. They always do. How do people get such lovely photos as well? Probably helps to have a lovely face in the first place. And it's always nice to have a good read about the artist and what motivates them and inspires them and what have you. Look at some of these beautiful pieces. Look at that. I wonder what's under there that you can't quite see as well. This has all been extended recently. There's a lot more of it, and this is where you'll get tips from Scrawler and usually from the featured artist as well. Different kind of things to try that you might not have thought of to get the most out of your supply. So it's always nice to have a look. Swatch, swatch, swatch. We always say, that's hard to say. We always say this, but it's really true. Swatching, swatch out your supplies every way you can think of. It's the best way to get. I love doing that. That's a bit more organised than what I've done, but I've kind of done the same thing. Oh yeah, and I didn't try the pen over the top of the. Oh, nice. At the moment I'm just wanting to do a spiral doodle, and I might just do that just to start. That might be my warm-up. Okay, so blending. These pens were made for blending, so that's just what they all do. Remove mistakes. Use a wet cloth or tissue and push directly into the area to remove pigment. That's handy to know. Mix new colours. Kind of what's happening in the featured art. There's some blending. Oh, that's interesting. Adding water. That's happening there. I'll try splatting with water and things like that as well. Wet on wet. Wet the page and use a palette to pick up some of the pigment. Brush it onto the page. See, they're saying to brush it. There's no brush in the thing, but you are allowed to use a brush for the challenge. And just because there's not a pencil in there or a black marker and you want one, do you know what I mean? I just always little things like that. Or if I really can't do what I want to do on the small size of paper, as far as I'm concerned, it's lovely to have the paper, and it's a nice way to try all these different kinds. You can go out and buy a bigger one if you really like the paper, and I often have done. But to actually produce my challenge piece on, I sometimes I find it a challenge. So I'll get around it by cutting the paper up and then turning it into something else, or I'll use the box as well if it's appropriate, or I'll just use a bigger piece of paper if I've got something I really want to do. They're not going to disqualify you from entering your piece for the challenge just because you've done that, so don't worry about it. Mark making, layering, blending, all kinds of things there that I will be trying. This is the artist talking about how the artwork came together, what my thought process was. I'll have to go back to all that later. Now this is the box that I struggled with. Not that I didn't like it, they were lovely pens. I loved the challenge. I just couldn't get on with it. I don't know, it's the colours. It's also that I'm really not very good with alcohol markers, and I just got frustrated and gave up. Didn't even post my piece in the end, I didn't think. But let's have a look. Look at these, you know. It makes me feel like annoyed with myself when I feel like there's nothing I can do with the supply. I just can't do what I want to do. And then you look at all the other stuff, and there was like loads more as well that that people came up with these supplies and for the challenge, and you know, just makes you think we just should have tried harder. Let's look at some of these fabulous pieces. Now let's see if there's anyone I particularly recognise. They're so good. I love this one, this suffragettes one. I love this. This was I tried to do something inspired by Muka. Is it Muka? And that's where I think that's where this inspiration has come from. A fabulous job. Mine was not. It was awful. And although the colours didn't really do anything for me, look at the different ways that people have used the colours to create skin tones and things. This challenge was feminine energy, so I love that someone's done an older face there as well. Absolutely brilliant, all of those. Anyway, that's that. And then there's the top 3. And it's always worth, you know, hashtagging it. If you've done your piece for the challenge, hashtag it so that they can find it. And you know, it's lovely to get featured in the zine, and it's lovely to get picked for the top 3 because you actually get points for that as well. I think it was something like £10 worth of points or something, which is pretty good. You get some lovely things with them. Look at these. Oh wow, I couldn't get my act together. I just really so this wasn't last month. This was it's always like the 2 months ago. Last month I really enjoyed the supplies I got on. Fine with them, but yeah. Oh, I know this lady. I don't know how you say it, but I've done a portrait of her before. She's amazing, and her hair and her clothes always match her art, really. Fantastic, fascinating lady. I'm holding it up so you can read it yourself because I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce it. That's it. I'm not brave and inspired enough like my friends Zoe Hartist and Emily Arts. They always manage to produce their challenge piece straight away and put it in with their unboxing video. I'm just always need to mull it over for a little while, but several of my friends on here we'll be doing unboxings, and I can't wait to see. So there's Zoe Hartist, Emily Arts, Just Johnny Creations, Gabby Sheet Dolls. They all have ScrawlrBox. I think Tori, Cool Cookie Creatures, I think she has a ScrawlrBox. So they'll all be doing unboxings and creations with this. So check them all out if you haven't already. And that's all I need to say for now. I will go and sit out in the sunshine now and start mulling that over, and I will be back in a couple of days to hopefully create something wonderful with these amazing supplies. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Have you got the box already? Are you waiting for it? If you got it, what do you think? It's from me. It nearly always is. Very rarely disappointed. Okay, I'm going to stop waffling now and go and hit that sunshine. I will see you again really soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.